Welcome back to Peterson Auto. We got a little more work done on the Windsor today. Found out what size fitting I need for this oil adapter, so that's good. Decided a way to plan this out. Pardon the heater in the background. I know it's loud. We also got this pipe done. So I have right down here on the crossover pipe, and that's going to get a flex coupler, flex joint in there just in case. But over here, this one's done. Nice and solid, welded up. Welds are not pretty, but that's kind of what I'm going for anyway. A little ugly weld, but it'll function, it'll seal, and it's holding everything there. So we also got working on something down here. Welded in an oil drain port. So that's going to allow us to have a place for the oil from the turbo to drain into the block. You know, that's a key factor here. We definitely need one of those. So we got our oil drain port welded in. It's just a 1/2 inch NPT bung with a 1/2 inch hose to 1/2 inch NPT fitting that I threaded in. So, yeah, it's right by the pickup tube. Had to pull the pan off to drill the hole, but it's got enough clearance. It'll drain whatever oil goes through. I'm not worried about that. It's just kind of close, and the drill bit was hitting. This exhaust does stick out a bit. It's going to be tight. Not sure how tight. We'll have to figure that one out when we get it actually put in chassis. Because, yeah, it's getting there. I still have some welds to clean up under on this flange and in here on the inside of the tube, just because things were a little wonky. There's like I had a weld in a little like 1/2 inch wide piece there. Try to make that bend up, and it's not going to restrict flow once I grind it down. And then it's going to loop around and up into the turbo. So we also have our oil line here that I found laying around, which is going to work. That's going to go into the top of the turbo here with a 90. And then over here where the oil pressure sender is, which yes, that is broken, I'll need another one. We're going to come out of there to T, put the oil pressure sender out about here, and then tee that off coming like that or whatever works. So, buddy at work is really good at removing studs. So you remember my video with those exhaust studs on this side head that I failed. I'm going to have him remove them for me. And we'll need an intake, alternator, power steering pump mount. The carb may or may not work, so I've been doing some research into that. It's a vacuum secondary. Converting it to mechanical is going to suck. So I may just find another carb in the long run. I don't know yet. That's still up for debate. But like everything else, it's going to be used, and it's going to be, you know, cheap as possible. Usually, just how this build's going. Hoping to have this actually coming along a little better soon. I'm going to work out the oil fittings and the remote oil filter fittings, just to get the oil filter a little more out of the way and accessible. Not even sure why. It's just I had the kit laying around in this race car and cool. So. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. Progress is being made. I'll be able to weld that together. Get a gasket kit, heads. We're going to port match the exhaust and the intake. Just because we can, because it's a turbo. Why not port match it? We are not running an intercooler. So that's going to go right into the carb hat. That'll be kind of cool. So, yeah, a lot of little things to work out still, but we're going to get there. We're going to do what we can and hopefully get things figured out. So, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Peterson Auto if you want to see more of this redneck Windsor build going into the Mustang.